My name is Kyanna Gussie. It is October 16th. I am interviewing Mia Wolf, and she is a registered nurse in the neonatal intensive care unit. Okay. So the first question I'm going to ask is, how long were you a registered nurse in the neonatal intensive care unit?
3 years.
3 years?
Mm-hmm.
How did you land your position
In the neonatal intensive care unit? Well, I had already worked for the hospital, and that was in the adult unit. And then, so basically, I worked towards getting my bachelor's, which was kind of like a requirement for them because they're a magnet hospital. And then, since I was in school getting my bachelor's, they were able to hire me. And then I just transferred basically from one campus to the next campus.
Okay. What were some science classes that you took in college?
Oh, I took biology, chemistry, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. And that's it. Except for the social sciences, like psychology, sociology, and stuff like that. But yeah.
What was your starting pay?
Here in Florida, the starting pay is very low, okay?
You can say for like where else did you work?
Right. So I never worked as a nurse, but I never worked when I moved here to Florida. But I knew what the starting pay was. So in New Jersey, the starting pay, it was about $30 an hour for a graduate nurse. Here, it was $21.44. So compared to that, yes. So same job, just basically less here. So I chose to work night shift, which boosted my pay up to, I think, close to $30 an hour. So yeah.
Very good. What do you like least about your job?
I'm freezing out there.
The only thing that I didn't like was the schedule, because although on the other hand I did love the schedule, because the schedule was 4 days off, 3 days on. But with that, because you have 3 days on, you're obligated to work weekends every other weekend or whatever. So I didn't like that because of family life. And then the other thing is because you work from 7 to 7. Either way, you either work 7-day shift, 7 a.m., 7 p.m., or you work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And a lot of times you miss a lot of after school activities if you have children and stuff. So that was the only thing, but there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. It's the schedule. But that's actually what led me to want to move to a different position.
Do you work in you work in a team environment, or is it more independent?
It's both. You have to be independent as a nurse because it's your license, so you are independent, but at the same time you work with the team. So it's both. You have to actually have skills of being independent and a team player, because you have to think for yourself, make decisions, and all within the scope of your practice, but you also have to be team-minded. So.
And what was the scariest thing that you've encountered in your position?
Scariest?
Or we could say most exciting, either one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's not, I would say that nothing really was scary because, you just kind of learn as you go. And even if you don't know something, we always had, that's where the team environment comes in. If you're a new nurse, they always helped you. So it was never a moment where I really felt scared, because I always was supported if I didn't know something. But exciting, I mean, the whole job itself is exciting. I mean, you are dealing with the smallest babies. It's either you're going to love that or you're not going to love that. So that whole atmosphere is just exciting. And it sounds weird to say that because, of course the babies are sick. But at the same time, when you realize that the things that you do are life-saving interventions for them, then that's exciting. And even though they're like a small, they're so small and fragile, you really don't see a lot of babies die. It's a very rare occasion compared to, I should say, adults who die, on a regular hospital floor, you know, in the hospital, a lot of times you'll hear cold blue adults. But for the young people, they're babies. We say like babies are very resilient. You know, they can take a lot.
That makes my life better, because one thing I was worried about is like, oh my god, if I lose someone, I'm gonna be depressed.
You don't lose that many.
That's what my mom said. She's like, you sure you want to do this? I was like, yeah, this is fun to me.
Yeah. No. Hey, Carrie. No, you don't lose that many babies, and when you do, it's like you've done everything that you possibly can do. And it is harder because it's a baby, you know, but at the same time, it just doesn't happen that often, you know, because the docs are very good, the nurses are very good, and generally you see the same type of things, preemies that just need support. Now, some babies are lost because maybe they're just too young, and the doctors may think they're able to be saved, and you know they're not, so you do all you can, and then they just lost. But yeah. Oh, hey.
All right, thank you for your time.
That was it?
Yeah.
Wow.